And it's super cute and really pretty, and we're having brunch like the high society ladies that we are. We're high society, right guys?
So true.
This is high society, Tali. High society, Tali. Give us high society advice.
Napkins on your laps, ladies.
So now we actually went to the restaurant called Vintage Garden. So the whole theme inside the restaurant is, of course, a vintage garden. However, it is like gorgeous on steroids. They have like the walls lined with like flowers and cute trees, and it literally looked like I had stepped into a fairy garden. It was so beautiful. But not only was it beautiful, the food was great and amazing as well. What I ordered that I particularly loved was they did like a rose pink lemonade style drink. So it was like pink lemonade but with like rose jam or like rose water put in it as well, and it was delicious. Like it was so cool and pretty and pink and tasted like roses, and I'm obsessed with rose jam, so it was like, for me, my eyeshadow in the cup now apparently. Is that noticeable? And they also do like really cute like breakfast like eggs and little like fruit and granola bowls, so there's literally something for everyone there. This is the most beautiful meal I've ever had. The granola looks like it descended from heaven. It's beautiful and it tastes amazing. Okay, just slowly what was your karma moment?
I made a comment that was very rude to Jen, and I said, oh my god, of course someone can pour water. As I did that, I did not prepare myself and just spilled water on the table. Danielle's apparently cleaning my mess.
It's alright, guys.
So guys,
Her
I have
files are
forgotten to
offline.
submit an assignment that was due on the 12th of February. It's now the 27th of February and we're still submitting our script. So I'm gonna go do that quick.
No, this is real life. This is unscripted. This is unfiltered.
Came in screaming and you were still asleep.
You were out.
She looks so peaceful, guys. So we're about to have a really quick session about the trials and tribulations of Corey's back problems and equipment. So I've decanted my entire backpack into my coat. So I now look super puffy in my jacket, but we're gonna see if this solves back pain.
Staring blankly ahead, just make na-na-na-na, and I miss you, and I miss you, and I wonder why, and I miss you.
Yes, basically, I know it says Budapest, but that's false. Like, that is just wrong. So over here, you see the London eye. See, like, this big Ferris wheel. Next
If
to
you
this-
ever go traveling, do not read Trends travel guide. Just don't do it. Save yourself a lot of heartache. So after breakfast, we went to Buda Castle. So Buda Castle is just on the other side of the river. So the walk there is actually gorgeous because in order to cross the river, you've got to cross this massive bridge, and like as you're standing on the bridge, you get to like look out over the whole city. So it was really beautiful to take photos there and just to like take in the scenery. Really funny, I was taking a photo and like some random strangers came and like crashed my photo. So me and Tali got a picture with a random stranger. If anyone knows who this guy is, let me know so that we can credit him and say hi. Yeah, so that was quite funny. But yeah, it is definitely a beautiful walk, really scenic. So definitely instead of taking a bus or a car. Am I Pocahontas yet? So once you get to the actual place of Buda Castle, so we were like standing at the bottom of the mountain and we managed to make a friend. So what happened is that me and Aliya were sitting waiting while the others were in the bathroom, and we hear this person all of a sudden like start speaking Hebrew, and we're like, that's crazy. There's like this random tour guide trying to sell tickets and he's doing it in Hebrew. So Aliya responds to him in Hebrew and he's like, oh my god, you guys speak Hebrew. So a really funny story. We're getting the bus.
Oh, you just get All you need to do is speak
I think he learned Hebrew. Hebrew is like very, very similar to Arabic, so he managed to pick it up quite easily because he already spoke Arabic. And now he just uses it to like find Israeli tourists and convince us to like do the little tour that takes you like up the mountain.
You're gonna make me famous.
Yes.
Alright, so that's all I wanted to say. How to really speak it, and I'm doing it as slow as I can, so I can enjoy every single word.
This is Ulpan right now.
Special because I'll write you my Instagram only in case if you have questions about me.
So he thoroughly convinced us. We were 100% convinced. We ended up paying and taking the cart. But it was really cool because we got to like interact with someone who spoke Hebrew, so that was really fun. The service that the tour company works for runs is really useful. So you can choose to take like a little tram up to the top of the castle. However, it's really expensive, and literally all it is it takes you to the top and leaves you there. It doesn't bring you back down or like take you to different sites or anything. So what we did is we used their service. So they're kind of like these tiny little golf carts, and they take you up the mountain and stop off at each of like the 4 main attractions. But it's kind of like a hop on hop off bus service. So it kind of like takes your walking time down, which was really nice, especially when it was so cold and raining a little bit.
I can tell him. Oh my god. There are only Israelis in Budapest. This is our Budapest now. It's mine.
Okay, so once you're on top of the mountain, basically there's 2 main sites that I would recommend seeing. My absolute favorite was Fisherman's Bastion because the architecture and the tiling and the style of the building is just so like cinematic and picturesque. I don't know how else to describe it. We got, I think, some of my favorite photos from the trip in front of this castle. So what you do is there's kind of like these little terraces that you can walk into. So you're standing on the terrace and like looking at the castle over there. I think that was my favorite photo spot because I managed to get these awesome photos of everyone and myself like standing in front of the castle, with the castle in the background on this ledge. It was beautiful. So if you have limited time, definitely go see Fisherman's Bastion if you only have time for one attraction. The other place that I really enjoyed was the actual Buddha Castle itself. Beautiful to go like stand in front of. It's just such a beautiful building, and also the walk down the mountain from Buddha Castle is probably the most scenic, especially from like top down, because you like see all of the beautiful stuff as you're walking down. Instead of like walking up with your back to it, you're literally looking down over the city as you walk down. So I would recommend that you start off at Fisherman's Bastion, go through all the other attractions, stop like your end stop at Buddha Castle, and then like walk down the really scenic walk down. So
Whatever Danielle's doing and Aliya. Hey babe.
If you make eye contact and gyrate, the other person has to. Okay, didn't see you there. Look at all these chickens.
Looks like a little bunny rabbit.
Hey guys, this is Tori's house. We're just visiting her family for the spring vacation. Tori, I was hoping you'd have a bigger yard. Like, look at this. Not nearly enough.
Aliya is stripping for this very nice tour group. Bachelor party. So I have a lot of questions about British people because we just witnessed a
British bachelor party.
He was like tied up in leather and chains.
Leather short shorts in the dead of winter.
And like a Bruce Wayne Batman leather face mask.
That's what we're gonna do to you.
What?
The lucky man who gets to get married.
I need new friends. We just sent June off to talk to a bunch of strangers about what this communist war memorial is. Wow. Really interesting. So the monument behind me is a monument created to basically signify
the desire for the Soviets to come and save the Hungarian Jews during the Holocaust, which is really fascinating because it's a Holocaust memorial as well as an ode to communism at the same time, but seems cool. So I think that my best buy of the trip was we went into this like really cute little store where they were selling t-shirts that said like Buddha effing pest. And they're so cute and it's actually really warm. Like the shirt's like fleeced on the inside and I think it's my favorite purchase of the entire trip. We're doing the challenge of who wore it better. There's that guy wearing Aliya's coat and then there's Aliya wearing Aliya's coat. So who do we think wore it better? Also, right next to that store was an all-you-can-eat sushi bar. So Jen and Danielle got all-you-can-eat sushi and like guys, the plates were like up to here. It was ridiculous, but so worth your money. Like if you're someone who can pack away sushi, definitely. 26 euro for an all-you-can-eat buffet. I don't think you kind of get that anywhere in the world except South Africa. It looks absolutely amazing. I've gotten like a vegetable noodle dish which looks gorgeous and also the coolest mosaic sushi. I'm just gonna pick one up with my hand so that you can see it. Put the sushi into like a mosaic which is so cute and so cool.
Constructing.
Tali is like poking this poor, you're like killing it. You're decimating the sushi.
Surgery on the sushi so I could just have some sashimi.
Yeah, if you need a lunch break or you need some all-you-can-eat sushi, Wasabi Extra. So I just walked up to the restaurant. They have this book at the front and started like writing my name in it. And it turns out it's the reservation book, not the guest.
She's like, we gotta sign this. I'm like, Tor, it's a reservation book. I'm massaging myself on the door.
Of the toilet.
Go for Thai massages, okay?
Wow.
For dinner, we went to Jamie Oliver's restaurant in Budapest. I would not recommend that you go here. Basically, we ordered a salad, and the salad that arrived was pretty much raw vegetables that had just been lightly warmed in a pan and then put on a plate and then given to us. And when we complained, we were told that we're really sorry, but the salad is up to Jamie's spec. And I'm like, if Jamie Oliver's spec is some lightly warmed vegetables that are not thoroughly cooked, then I don't think I'm ever eating at a Jamie Oliver restaurant ever again in my life.
First we ordered, what was it, the winter salad.
The winter salad.
And it tasted like soap, without the soap taste, so it just tasted like nothing essentially.
Also, can we acknowledge that none of the vegetables were cooked?
Nope, nothing was cooked. And then I asked if we could have another salad. And he brought us this lovely salad. And maybe I'll have Aliya describe the flavor on this bad boy.
An absence of flavor. You're really hoping something's gonna be there, but it's not. It's just nothing. This restaurant is good. Nah. This restaurant, I don't like.
So on the same street as the Danielle's restaurant, there's a few little bars that open up at night that are super cute, and they also do karaoke, which is awesome. Don't overstay the welcome though, because at around 11 p.m. again, the really drunk British stag parties arrive, and their beers, like, they're just not so good at holding on to them, so the beers are like, wee, and then it's all over you, and then you're wearing British stag party beer, and you need a shower and feel like you need to sanitize your whole body. I think the best bar that we went to was a bar called Szymplakert. It's literally right across the road from Mazaltov. It was amazing. Each room has a different theme to it. So while you're walking around the bar, you can be in a room that's like an art gallery, and another room that's just filled with bathtubs, and then another room that's just like crazy, wacky test tubes all over. Definitely 100% should be on your list. Tali is making a friend over there. Hi, Tali and Tali's friend.
Tali, I'm sorry for spitting.
I was trying to tell Aliya to be quiet because Danielle was asleep. And as I was saying that, Jen spits her water on me. And then my pizza fell on the floor.
I'm glad that you're comfortable. We met two lovely British people, one of which was stunning.
Jawline was unreal.
Aliya thought that the other guy who we don't like's jawline was unreal.
He could cut cheese with it.
The bachelor parties have returned for the night. They're great. 10 out of 10 on TripAdvisor. We're now heading to the bus station so that we can grab our bus to Bratislava. And we're all gonna sleep really well on that bus to Bratislava. Travel tip number 1, book your buses at a reasonable hour. And now we're off to our next adventure. I'll see you guys next week for Bratislava.